and welcome to Reem Faruqi. We're so glad you're here today.
Thank you, Ellen, for having me.
Well, I've just watched your career with so much interest ever since Layla's Lunchbox and so many other books. And now this year, I Can Help.
Yes, it's been really exciting.
So tell us how the idea came about for I Can Help.
Oh, thanks. I wish it wasn't based on my personal experiences, but it is. So if you read the book, the character called Zahra helps someone called Kyle who needs a little more help. And like Zahra, I was actually in eighth grade. So for the book, the character is a lot younger. There was a boy who needed a little bit of help, and I really enjoyed being his friend, and he was kind and he was funny. We worked really well together. And then I remember one day these two popular girls came up to me and asked me why I helped him and said, sort of hinted that if I didn't help him, I could be more popular like them. So I remember taking that to heart. And instead of saying, no, he's a good friend, the next day I remember being rude to him and mean, and I felt really bad about it. And I still actually feel guilty. So I put those feelings in the story. And instead of, say, a perfect happy ending, I gave a hopeful one. So I think that was really important for kids to know that sometimes it can be too late to apologize to people. People move on.
Hmm.
You might go to a different school. And in that case, just do your best from then onwards.
Wow. Now that is a difficult lesson for everybody, not just
Yeah.
small children. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a special note in the back from Michaela, right?
Yes. So for that, so Michaela is usually illustrates more, I would say, fun type of books. So for this book, it's sort of like an emotionally a little bit on the heavier side, but it is hopeful. So when she got the book, I read in my author's note, I did disclose that just like Sarah, this happened to me in school. And Michaela, I was surprised. Michaela had something similar. She had said she was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis and was seen as different. And she remembered some students were kind and helpful while others weren't. And as an adult, she remembers both the kind and the unkind. And she's a former art teacher, and she remembers the names of the students that were always helpful. I thought that was so sweet because when you're helpful and kind, um, you remember that. And she said, I don't think they knew I was watching, but to give of yourself is to give hope to others. And I thought that was
Oh,
just so sweet. I was like,
that
oh,
is that is lovely. And as a teacher herself, I bet she saw that situation play out multiple
yes.
times
And
during, yeah.
yes, and I used to teach elementary school, and I remembered I had this student, it was second grade, who was always very kind and giving, and she sort of not she fell into a different company, and I saw her change, and I was like, no, come back to who you are. Let's try to go back to those behaviors because it's so easy as a kid to want to impress others, and sometimes, children and even adults, we can say things, and after we say them, we wish we hadn't. And words can be very hard to take back. So,
This is true. Now, how do you suggest teachers might use this book with kids in the classroom?
yes. So, something cool is that Michaela and I are both teachers. And if you look in the book, like I didn't know Michaela was an art teacher. And when I opened the book, I remembered seeing all the classroom scenes. So, like the end papers are
Oh,
different
those are
pieces of
great.
art. Yes. And just like the classroom looks so authentic. Miss Underwood is actually a real teacher. She was one of my teachers down the hall when I was a teacher, so I wanted to make sure her name went in there. But one way you can use this as a discussion would be, do you like to help, and how are ways that we can help? And then, especially in the moment when, so the two girls who come up to Zahra and say, "Hey, why are you helping him anyway?" Sort of talking about peer pressure and knowing that, like, so if someone comes up to, even like when people talk behind people's back, like they say, Kyle is such a baby, says Tess. He looks weird, says Ashley. So we can say, how do you think you would feel if someone was to talk about you that way? And sort of go into that. And what would you do if someone said something mean about a person you know? Would you stand up for them? Or would you just not say anything? And what is the better way to do or be?
Yeah, yeah. As you say, that's a lesson everybody can learn. So,
Yeah.
Well, Reem, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your busy day to talk with us about I Can Help. And let's just hope that everybody takes this message to heart and they all help, because what a better world
Yeah.
it would be.
Yes. Thank you so much.